Dear children, so in the last class we were discussing about food security in India. So the Food Security Act came into being on 12th September 2013. It is to ensure this policy is to ensure on the growth of agricultural production and provide uh, food supply for each and every person in our country. Okay, so today we are discussing the important components of Food Security Act. Okay, so the important two components of food security system in India are the buffer stock and the public distribution system. Okay, so the buffer stock means how these food grains are stored or stocked and which organization is having the responsibility of doing that particular purpose. Okay, let us have a look. So the main or the important institution, government organization with the buffer stocking purpose is FCI or Food Corporation of India. So it is the government institution. It came into being on 14th January 1964. The headquarters of Food Corporation of India is New Delhi, and it is under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Government of India. The important purpose or objective of this FCI is to ensure food security in the country, and the main aim or objective is to procure food grains at minimum support price. Okay, this is all about Food Crop Corporation of India. Okay, it procures food grains from the farmers at the government announced minimum support price, and the government used it to provide subsidies on agricultural inputs such as fertilizers, power, water, etc. Okay, so these objectives or the main objective of Food Corporation of India is to access food grains from the farmers at minimum support price. Okay, it is stored in godowns for maybe for 2-3 years. Okay, because when we don't know, whenever we are facing a crisis, maybe due to some natural calamities or sometime now the present situation due to the pandemic coronavirus or the COVID-19. So in order to face the food requirements, in order to achieve the food requirements of the society, there should be enough stock with the government. Then only they can provide it to the people. Okay, so the Food Corporation of India is having such an objective, that is the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution had formulated such an institution. It is under the government of India. Then it came into being on 14th January of 1964. It is headquartered at New Delhi, and it is having the aim to ensure food security in the country, and it is procuring food grains from the farmers at minimum support price. Okay. And about public distribution system, it is a program which provides food grains and other essential commodities at subsidized prices in both rural and urban areas. And we know the society, the people are divided into APL and BPL. What do you know about APL and BPL? Yes, above poverty line and below poverty line. So these people categorized in under BPL section, they get these food grains, especially pulses and the cereals at I think it is at free of cost. Okay, per person they get 15 up to 15 kgs a month. Okay, then there are some problems regarding the categorization into APL and BPL. Okay, the consumers here in India are divided into two categories. below poverty line and above poverty line, with the issue price being different for each category, because for the APL categorized people, that particular category, they have to buy food grains at somewhat subsidized price, but more than the BPL people. Okay, then however, this categorization is not perfect, and a number of deserving poor have been excluded from the BPL list. We know that some problems are there in and around in your neighborhood. Moreover, some of the so-called APL slip back to BPL because of the failure of even one crop, and it is administratively difficult to accommodate such shift. Okay, then here we have a statistics of the production of food grains in India for consecutive 6 years. There you can see a decline in the production, isn't it? If we check the total production in each year from 1999 to 2005, there is slight decline. Why, or what are the reasons for the stagnant or fallen production in agriculture production or agriculture crops, or especially food grains? So let us analyze what are the reasons for this decline in production in each year. What happened to this, or why this is happening? So here you can see some reasons for the stagnation in food grain production in India. First one, decrease in soil fertility due to excessive use of fertilizers, pesticides, intensive farming, etc., resulting in lower yields in successive years. That means in order to produce more, the farmers were forced to apply the increased amount of pesticides, chemical fertilizers, and also intensive farming. That means from a small piece of land they want to produce more crops, so they are forced to doing such activities. That is the first reason. Then second one, decrease of water shortage in aquifers due to excessive pumping to grow water intensive crops earlier. This has resulted in drying up of wells and tube wells. That means shortage of water. Then the third reason, reduction in net zone area of food grains due to shift of cultivation to fruits, vegetables, oil seeds, pulses, and other commercial and cash crops. So they need not only food grains they want to produce, but they need some profit also. So in order to make much profit from agriculture, they shifted some type of food grains, production of food grains, to some other crops. That means that cost in the reduction of production of food grains. Then the another reason is reduction in agricultural land due to part of it being used for non-agricultural purposes like housing, industry, etc. That means infrastructure development. For development activities, land is needed. So in order to construct more roads or railways, or construct public utilities like institutions or schools or colleges, something like that, they need more land. So the agricultural lands were shifted from being cultivated to the infrastructure development activities. So these are the main reasons for the reduction in agricultural production, especially food grain production. Okay, so please go through this particular topic in your textbook. So today we are winding up that particular topic, food security. It is very important. That means there are some important points given in your textbook. Please read that. You will get more important information from this topic. So read this very well. And if you find any difficulty, you can call me. I think nobody from your class is calling or informing such difficulty. I think all of you are getting all these things well, isn't it? Yes, I am thinking so. So please go through this. So I think in the next class we could conclude this chapter. Okay, so please go through the topic, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day, children.